Hi, thank you all for joining me. This is Manny Sunny Sun with this week's Astrological Report. We begin October 27th and we move on into November 2nd of Sunday. On Monday, we have the moon in Sagittarius, the moon void, of course, and we have Venus making a very supportive aspect to planet Neptune. We have moon trining Neptune, moon sextiling Mercury, and moon trining Jupiter. Let's begin with the day of the moon. The moon is in Sagittarius, of course. Whenever the moon is in Sagittarius, it's about being joyful. It's about being optimistic, which is all about Sagittarius. Um, Sagittarius is about long journeys. It's about exploration, um, conquering a territory, so to speak. And of course, within our emotional nature, it's about being very confident in our very own nature. So this house pretty much represents being optimistic, being positive, seeking relationships that are based on core, strong values. Sagittarius commonly represents the house of values, the house that about rest assured that I bring you knowledge. It is also the house of philosophies and higher mind thinking. Also, sometimes about the guru, about seeking a direction in life and going and searching towards that journey. Um, it's about philosophies, beliefs, that sort of thing, aligning towards our core beliefs. So, in this time, we always think that the grass is greener on the other side. We connect towards our beliefs, our values, and in our domestic life, we seek the urge to really escape that and really go out of our routines, our responsibilities, our our day-to-day activities, so to speak, our routine. So our responsibility now is out seeking forward in that other realm, which is the responsibilities towards um, reaching out and exploring new territory. So we begin with Venus, planet of love and relationship, romance, those sensual pleasures. Venus, she symbolizes relationships. How can we unite relationships together and core values? And when we have these, and the structure really goes hand in hand, because Neptune is about transcending, it's about being optimistic. Love is being heightened at this time. We have Neptune, planet of transcendence and imagination and being compassionate, making a very supportive aspect with planet Venus. And the trine is helping us represent what it reveals, those relationships that are most tender, most loving. And so we compare with Venus. It's about feeling comfortable with what is being shown on us. Of course, Venus is Lucifer, the morning star. So at this time, we seek relationships and we go on forward in relationships, using that as an effective, utilizing those which are very natural. It's very compatible at this time. Venus, of course, and Neptune, it's about seeking the dream, seeking the divine content. Very much rest assured that Neptunian energies is about seeking an approach that is transcendent and as often not compared to the physical reality. It's about transcending the physical reality. So recently we can represent these in a very integrated flow together that harmonizes. And note if we have that it's about being watchful of our relationships. Very, very compassionate. Neptune is about calm, compassion. Venus is also very calm. So we like to move forward very, very smooth. And you like to draw in that inventory while it lasts, which it will last forever. It's in Scorpio. So we seek a never-ending story in our approach towards life and the unmanifested realm, so to speak. So it's like a cosmic love or a futuristic kind of love on Monday. And all through this week, we'll find that same theme playing. And we have Moon sextiling Mercury. Well, Moon sextiling Mercury, what does it mean? Moon, of course, is our emotional side. It's our receptivity towards the outside world. Moon also represents those qualities that are emotions, that represents our emotions, our side that is more instinctual. At this time, you like to call your friends. Of course, Mercury is about intellect. It's about communication, broadcasting, media, all those things that link the whole world. Also about brothers and sisters. See who seek those people that you trust. Seek those people that like to hear from you, because Moon sextile Mercury is about utilizing those elements that are connecting people in that aspect, that new potential of making connection. So at this time, you like to grow your contacts. Look out for people that are familiar to you. Of course, Moon sextiling Mercury is about reflecting back what is shown upon the moon. Is of course the emotional side, the unconscious side. So you like to clearly signify those as being at the present with relationships, and strongly represents about connecting already with communications. And we have a very good time to really sponsor that, I guess, with those Venusian qualities and Neptunian qualities, and the sun is in Scorpio. And so you got a really magnetic time to really stand out and learn from those people and learn that new knowledge. Ultimately, it will lead you to a greater, in greater ways as you move forward in trusting your instincts, trusting your gut instincts, and trusting those that are guiding you, those that are truly, truly guides at this new era. Hi, thank you all for joining me. On Tuesday, we have the moon void, of course, and it makes an aspect with the constellation Capricorn at 5:04 a.m. And what is the moon in Capricorn? Well, when the moon is in Capricorn, we have the social, professional roles that play out in the society. So we do that, and we're very responsible in how we go out in those ideas. The moon, of course, is feeling comfortable with our emotions and going forward in life. It's also the upbringing of our domestic side that kept us, any frayed impressions left on our unconscious. It's being reflected. Of course, the moon notably knows, represents that once everything that is shown upon the moon, it reflects back that side. So when we have the moon in Capricorn, it's about our role in society. It's about being very structured and domineering. Also our duty towards the outside world, the planet of materialization and the incarnation, the containment, the structure, the boundaries, that sort of thing. So Saturn rules limitations, responsibilities, duties. Going forward also indicates where we are bound towards self-discipline, structure, long time, arduous work, hard work. Saturn also behaves in self-realism. Exams, it's about time, it's about the teacher. So when we go out, and the attention is placed more important in the aspects of our home and our society, and our attention is more concentrated of how we can fulfill those obligations, those responsibilities, stronger, and how can we be helpful towards society. So when we have the moon, of course, it makes us very receptive towards that side, which of course is very, 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 very comfortable. And we have Sun trine Pluto. Of course, Pluto is about seeking deep within the psyche, and seeking deep. So we have probably a very supportive aspect, because the trine really supports us in our struggle going forward. Of course, the sun is our lighting force, our illumination, our core soul shining through. So it's about our radiation. That is our core values. That is our authority. We seek heart. The sun rules the heart chakra. So you have the willpower, you have the striving force, you have that commanding force to go forward in life, to go forward and fight for those ideas. The sun represents our authority. It represents our figures. It represents the confidence and the authority that prestige that radiates from their central core, that radiation. So your willpower is very heightened at this time. And when we seek those real insights, those deep penetrating psychological realms, it rest assured that you'll be very manageable at those ideas. You can expect a career that delves in these abstract concepts, that habitual way that you may have. It comes out, and it's very resourceful. It's very contained, and you can use it towards that higher change to cause change in reformation. Also penetrating deep into conversation, into thoughts and moods and actions of what's happening. So you develop that strange sense of your central identity as being a psychologist or being very deep, reform almost to the point of fanaticism. Now you have these embrace being developed as it represents with you, being the focal point of concentration of your life, of the sun, as it absorbs the psychological and penetrating types of Plutonian energies, which of course Plutonic energies leaves a mark. It leaves a mark on the soul. It gives us a hint of once we touch some hidden part of our unconscious, it seems to develop within our solar energies, the solar realms. So look up what's going on. You like to be an investigative researcher. Go into those deep psychological. Be completely dedicated to those works. Because Sun, you're capable of giving out more because of your authority in some sort of ideas. So go out in life, choose your beliefs, and fight for those with a good cause, as always. Because Pluto, of course, is about seeking transformation. It's the renewal of the mind. It's sex, death, and rebirth. And often it's developed in being very sensitive in the experience of others. Pluto is the one of that's very mystical. It's very mystical, of course. It causes profound change and sudden eruptions, of course, but nonetheless, you're very attracted towards these concepts, nonetheless, because of Plutonic energy is about being personal, seeking that personal self, really giving that transformation. With the sun, formation of our ego, it's giving us that great confidence to go forward and fight for those that are reasonably able to comprehend and integrate. So whichever way you'll find, you'll flow harmoniously indeed. Pluto and Sun, of course, is becoming aware of those hidden sides. Also, Pluto about taxes, money, people that we owe money to. So each time we like to represent those hidden sides and then transform that sort of thing with the Sun in Scorpio, making a very supportive aspect, which involves us into the deep psychological realms of Plutonic energies. And then we have Moon conjunction Mars. Well, of course, we have that martial energies, very instinctual side. When the Moon makes a conjunction towards Mars, our Mars, of course, is our environment, it's our appearance, makes us appear very martial. And again, when the Moon makes a conjunction with Mars, it's very important since right now we have the conjunction, the Moon, Capricorn, and Mars. We will find most of the time that we're very, very irritating towards people. We move forward in stuff. You're very powerful. Your ideas are motivating people, but also characterizes a strong pull towards other people. Because Mars, it likes to seek authority and really claim the environment. So when you move forward in life, people will find you irritating, or you might find that people are slower than you. In some cases, and sometimes people take it personal, which of course will find that character in other people that we don't like, so we move forward. And often with Moon and Mars, Mars is our driving force, is the instinctual part of our nature. And is this thing on? And when Moon and Mars conjunct, This is a very good time to move ahead and stuff. Mars, of course, is our self-assertion. It is about sovereignty. It's about the areas of our lives that we want to move forward with. And this is a very good time to really move forward in those tasks. And we have the moon sextiling Neptune, which is very imaginative, seeking and utilizing those concepts with people.